As wildfires up and down the state continue to threaten and in some cases destroy property, homeowners rely on their insurance policies for protection and peace of mind.
But more and more Californians find that peace of mind is shattered when they learn they're being dropped by their insurance carriers. News 8's Richard Allen is live in Tierra Santa tonight with more in this Your Stories investigation. Richard?
And Barbara Lee and Marcella, that's right. We received this letter from a News 8 viewer and East County resident panicked that after being a loyal customer for decades, her insurance company is now dropping her homeowner's coverage. And she is far from alone, as more and more insurance companies that have paid out billions in claims over the last few years are now much more restrictive in the insurance that they're offering.
We're getting a lot of calls. I mean, it's what started as a trickle in a few months back is turned into almost a small avalanche.
Aaron Farmer owns Aaron J. Farmer Insurance in Miramar. He says more and more homeowners living in areas prone to wildfires are receiving non-renewal notices from their insurance companies.
Ramona, Valley Center, Alpine, but now it's the Scripps Ranch, Penasquitos, Mira Mesa, some parts of Del Mar. I mean, there's almost nowhere's immune anymore right now.
Like panic and shocked, and just kind of felt betrayed by that because I'd been with them for so long.
Over the weekend, Alpine resident Danielle Beliveau was given notice her policy would not be renewed, despite being a loyal customer for nearly 40 years and paying premiums in excess of $3,500 a year.
It's peace of mind. That peace of mind now has been shattered.
This has become an increasingly dire issue statewide. Earlier this year, California's Department of Insurance reported in 2018, non-renewals increased by 6%. That means 88,187 homeowners last year were forced to find replacement coverage, usually at higher prices. Danielle Beliveau says she'll now shop around for a new insurer, but she is concerned.
What if other insurance companies now are going to start dropping other people, and there's nobody who wants to cover us out here?
An issue Aaron Farmer says will most likely increase as so many insurance companies have sustained losses over the last few years.
I think it's going to definitely get worse before it gets better.
And so what do you do if you are dropped by your insurance company? You have 45 days, but don't wait to shop around to see if you can get insurance coverage elsewhere, and you may see an increase in your deductibles and your premiums. Now keep in mind though, if you're denied by 3 companies, you could qualify for state-issued fire insurance under California's FAIR Plan. This plan though will only protect you up to $1.5 million total, and again, you are likely to pay more than what you had paid previously. Marcella?
All right, Richard, thanks.
Alone. I have a mortgage on my house. I don't have the option not to be insured.
Homeowners in wildfire-prone areas frustrated as their insurance policies are dropped or rates increasing by the thousands. Tonight, they voiced their concerns and demanded answers from the state's top insurance man.
CBS 13's Jasmine Hassan is live in Grass Valley, where an overflow crowd at a town hall just wrapped up. Jasmine.
It was a packed house. We're talking easily over 100 people, and they say that they all need help because really this has gotten to the point where it's a crisis.
My rate has gone up from about $2,000 a year to about $5,000.
I was paying about $1,200, and this one's $2,400. I was paying a little over $1,000, and now I'm paying $3,600.
I went from $1,500 to $4,900.
Home insurance rates are skyrocketing for some people. Those living in areas prone to wildfires are seeing their rates double or even triple.
It's been very, very stressful.
Others are getting dropped from their plans with barely any notice, forcing them to go with any company that will take them on.
It's not like you're shopping for insurance. I found one policy that was willing to give me a policy, and you run with it and are dang lucky you got it.
Lucky to have insurance, but helpless when it comes to the cost.
Can you tell me how much your rates have increased?
3 times.
So many people are being impacted by these rate increases. A town hall meeting was called in Grass Valley. It was so packed, people were listening outside.
Am I going to be able to get insurance? Am I going to be able to keep my insurance?
The state insurance commissioner says he's asking for legislation to change things, like giving customers more than just 45 days notice before their policy is dropped.
That is ridiculous. People need more than 45 days to be able to assess once they've been non-renewed.
A law is also being considered requiring companies to consider what homeowners are doing to protect their homes and land from wildfires. But until something changes, people say they're adjusting their lives to pay these bills.
Instead of being retired, I'm going to be working part-time.
In addition to the rate increases, some people told me that the insurance companies are requiring them to get rid of things like bushes and trees, anything within 5 feet of their home. And as anyone who's ever done landscaping knows, that is also not cheap. So people are just paying thousands of dollars, and they say that they really feel helpless right now.
You got to feel for those people dealing with this. All right, Yasmin, live in Grass Valley tonight.
Company saying your policy no longer covers fire damages. You're not alone.
Folsom Lake area, those people are slotted for cancellation now. Loomis, Newcastle, Rockland.
Aurora Mollett is president of Intrinsic Insurance. She says wildfires like the Tubbs Fire and Camp Fire have started to change how companies are looking at fire insurance.
These homes that were in certain what's called fire scores, fire line scores, and brush scores that, according to the modeling, should never have burned, ended up burning.
They cut the grass up here, so they maintain their defensible space.
Real estate broker Ken Calhoun says the increased cost is causing a lot of people to move away from their rural properties in El Dorado County.
We have more houses listed. They're taking longer to sell. We're seeing fewer multiple offers on those properties.
And Calhoun says other costs are also going up.
It's like PG&E costs are going up. We're faced with outages or the potential of outages. Fire insurance just adds to that cost if you can get fire insurance.
But Mollett says those who are no longer being offered fire protection still have options.
For a customer, the strongest thing that I can recommend is that they get in contact with an independent broker so they can really make sure that they've exhausted their efforts.
Yeah, back out here live, you see a fire crew returning from a call as we speak. Now, one option that people that are losing fire insurance have is California's FAIR plan. That is a very bare bones plan that a lot of insurance agents don't recommend, but they say it is always an option at last resort. Reporting live in Rancho Cordova tonight, Doug Johnson, Fox 40 News.
Doug, thank you.
This peaceful land belongs to Laura and Charlie Callahan.
We keep our property pretty well clear. As you look down the hill there, you can see we're pretty well cleaned up.
They've lived on these 10 acres atop a hill in El Dorado County for more than 25 years.
I'd hate to have to leave all that because I've got to live somewhere where it's a lot less expensive.
Back in April, they got what folks around here know simply as the letter.
We had our homeowners insurance for over 20 years, and we got the letter, as people refer to it, and we were canceled. Between errors and things like that, we've been canceled 3 times. And so hopefully this time will stick. But I'm now paying 4 times what I was paying before. It's gone from less than $1,000 a year to almost $4,000 a year. And we're on a fixed income. He's retired, I'm retiring, and it wasn't something we expected.
The Callahans aren't alone.
Some people are paying more for their homeowners insurance than they are for their mortgages.
The El Dorado County Board of Supervisors recently surveyed homeowners. Hundreds of people said their insurance was either canceled or the price was sharply increased. It's a situation board chair Sue Novosel calls dire.
If you don't have fire insurance, you're not going to be able to either stay in your home, maintain your home, or God forbid have to sell that home. You can't do that if you don't have fire insurance. So it's going to affect California in a lot of other ways other than just having insurance. It's going to affect our real estate market. It's going to affect our economy.
It prompted Novosel to write a letter to California's Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara.
We have homeowners right now that are doing what they can to get defensible space, and yet they're not being allowed to have that be put towards their insurance rates. They're still being canceled. They're still being tripled their rates.
It's not that it's not fair. I get it. We live in a fire danger area, but I think it should be done based on a one-by-one basis. I think they should take the time to come out and actually investigate your property, see what you've got cleared, give it a scoring system of some type, and that's what your insurance is based on. But that's not the way our state works. So
the Callahans say they can weather a $3,000 increase for now, but if their premium goes up much more in the future, they don't know what they'll do.
We are both savers.